Co-parenting is not ideal. Yes, some people can do it and they learn to figure it out, but ideally, no man wants to deal with that. Kids don't enjoy being shuffled from one house to the next. Co-parenting a child and that child handoff is traumatic. It is. Let me explain. Imagine pulling up to a house. You used to live here, that you are obligated sometimes to pay for, but you can't live there. You know how that feels? Or you're obligated to go to this house to pick up your kids from a home where you used to live, a place where it is permanently etched and cemented in your mind as the place where life was intact. And that was the last time that you had a family. And now you got to go there to go pick up your children. And you got to, the pain, it's like you have this deep wound and then you constantly are peeling the scab off and just messing with it. Every time you go, messing with it and messing with it. Like a man has to mentally compartmentalize that and push past that pain and do what needs to be done, which is I'm going to pick up my kids. And then sometimes he actually has to engage with her crazy behind. He don't want to, but he has to. And you can't even have a decent conversation with the woman because she don't know how to communicate. And then you retaliate because now you're mad. It's a mess. I don't think these women think about these things. They think, oh, we're going to love our children and we're going to parent them, the best that we can. But they don't think about the actual implications of what a broken home is actually going to look like and the practical way that you're going to live that out. They don't think about it. They use the power of having the children and they exert it over the man, and power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Some of these women refuse to be adults. And hear me clearly. I know a lot of my female audience is like, you don't know what I've had to deal with my baby daddy and my ex-husband, and he's unreasonable and he's this and he's that. Listen, I get that. Those are lots of those situations. But until I find a woman, until we have a series of women unaliving their ex-husbands, killing all the kids, and then inflicting this kind of misery on whole communities because they've been radicalized by some religion that puts women in charge, then we can have that conversation. But right now, that ain't the conversation we're having. The conversation we're having right now is how these ratchetains who can't manage their misery and use the Western family court system. They use it to their advantage, and it's causing societal havoc. And since these women, they can't manage their misery, some of them, they refuse to communicate. They refuse to be an adult. They use the children as pawns. Listen, I'm from a broken home. My parents divorced when I was 4 years old. And the one thing I always give my mother credit for is she didn't want to be that kind of chick that want to use me to be like, you ain't never gonna see her. What happened between them happened between him. But my mother always prioritized. Have you called your father? Today's his birthday. Did you call him? Did you say Merry Christmas? Did you see when he wanted to come get you? She always prioritized that no matter what, she deserves a relationship with her father because that is her father. That is her father. What is wrong with you talking crazy, regardless of how you feel about that child's father in front of the child? Go manage your misery. Learn to communicate. Learn to be an adult. Stop using the children as pawns.